Guys, my makeshift tripod game is on. Sometimes I don't know when I'm building my tripod if I'm playing Jenga or if I'm filming a video. Alright, so let's get into today's topic. I wanted to talk a little bit about how to fight holiday stress and anxiety and depression, and I know this is a very loaded conversation right there, but I'm going to try just because this is a video I've really wanted to talk about. Whenever I get inspired, I'll go outside of my Vlogmas series and make an actual mental health video because I've had so many Debbie Downer Christmases, New Year's, just because I haven't stayed true to myself and my own desires and my own wishes. And so I've had enough of just kind of fighting against myself, and I've decided that I'm going to really tune in this holiday season and make sure I get what I want out of it, as long as I'm still respectful to all the people I love and care about that surround me. So my first tip is to be able to say no. If you're invited to a holiday party and you honest to God want to go and do something else or stay home even or whatever it is, because your anxiety is so escalated that you're just, you're not going to be happy about it, then stay true to yourself. I do think that pushing yourself out of your comfort zone can definitely be a beneficial thing, but only to a certain extent. Because if you keep on pushing yourself and compromising yourself, then you're going to take away from the enjoyment of the holidays. And to me, the holidays is a time to kind of just reset, relax, stay true to myself, and just, better myself through the holidays and that period of relaxation. So that would be one of my tips. Another one is to not completely blow your healthy lifestyle. So that means still try and find time to exercise, even if it's not an intensive exercise thing. So many people say after New Year's I'll get back into it, and they gain like 10 pounds over the holidays by overindulging. I'm really trying not to do that. So drink in moderation, enjoy all the delicious cookies and whatever else is around in the meals, but don't stuff yourself to the point where you're just exhausted and regretting every single bite you've taken. So still try and eat, make some healthier choices where you can, make some substitutions, get outside for a walk at the very least so that you have a little bit of activity going on, so just sitting around and just eating and drinking all day. Because I know that if I overdo it with the really refined carbs and all the sugary cookies and pastries and all that stuff, my depression, guys, goes through the roof. So honestly, one of the best things for me to do is still to have whole grains and lots of fruit and vegetables and my smoothies and all my normal things that are going to keep my energy levels stable and will keep me in a good mood. Because if I keep having alcohol and quick sugars and things like that, my mood is going to plummet. It doesn't matter how happy everyone else is around me. My own mood, because of the way I'm eating, is going to be compromised. So I really recommend you guys stay true to yourself and respect that, because nutrition is huge. Be sure to take, if you're on any medication, to keep on that. Don't avoid it because you're drinking instead. Try and be smart about everything so you can take your medication if you are on something for anxiety and depression. But as you guys probably know, I'm not. I just take my supplements, so I'm making sure to stay consistent with that. Because I think a lot of people think, oh, it's a holiday, it's a break, it's just a break from everything. But you should still have some sort of routine. I mean, maybe sleep in a little bit more, stay out a bit later, whatever it is, but don't completely blow your plans out of the water, because when you get to the New Year's, you're not going to be very motivated. I've been in that cycle before. I'm just going to eat 90 cookies and then in the New Year's I'm going to make up for it. No, that's not a healthy way to think. You should stay consistent, especially if you have a mood disorder, I would argue, because you have to be so careful with that. You don't want to have holiday depression and anxiety. I also find if I have a lot of caffeine or sugars, my anxiety goes way up. So if I'm at a party and I'm binging on gingerbread men, the sugar is going to be through the roof. I'm going to get more energy in me, and I'm going to get a lot more jittery and a lot more uncomfortable. And so I make sure to really, eat so that I'm not overly full, I'm comfortable, drink lots of water. I think that's one thing people forget to do during the holidays, especially if you are a drinker. Have some water and hydrate to make sure that you're taking care of yourself in that way too. And just try and get some sleep, because some people are also out partying all the time. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm an introvert, like probably many of you guys are too, but some people do go the opposite way and go and party and all that and bring out their inner extrovert. I personally don't do that because it makes me uncomfortable, but I'll definitely go to more parties and see more people during the holidays than I would other times of the year. So just make sure to do that. I'd also really recommend, if you have a journal, you keep a journal, Or if you're a vlogger like me, make videos during this time, document how you're feeling, and see if you're actually appreciating the holidays or if you're pulling yourself into some sort of depression, you know? And keep realistic goals, because, you know, there's always the New Year's goals coming up, the resolutions and all that. It's so easy to be hard on yourself, or to remember the previous year, you're like, oh, I wanted to lose 10 pounds and I didn't do it, and you start beating yourself up. Or, oh, I wanted to be done my degree but I didn't do it, and you beat yourself up, or whatever it is. Try and be easygoing and gentle with yourself, because I think tough love is a good thing to some extent, but if you keep on pushing yourself to the point where you're breaking, it is not going to be beneficial at all. So just be very careful with yourself and gentle on your mental health, because I feel like the holidays, you get a lot of outside stimulation from things. You get food, you get people talking to you, you get all this action. I am the kind of person that very easily gets overwhelmed. And so sometimes when I'm at a party, I will literally go into the washroom and I will just sit there and take a few minutes, deep breathe. I don't care what they think I'm doing in there. I need it for my own mental sanity. So that's another thing. And then take some time to connect with people, because I think if you are a student, for sure you've been busy during your semester, or if you've been working a lot at your job, or whatever the case is, take some time and see some friends if you do have some close friends in your life, or some family, reach out to them. Spend a little bit of time, because I think bonding for humans is very important. I think we are social creatures. I know some people say that they feel better when they're alone, and that's fine. But for those of you that do crave a bit of social interaction but do have the anxiety behind it, push yourself a little bit. Because I'm like that. I do feel better sometimes after interacting with somebody. I mean, sometimes it goes the opposite way. But most times, I feel better when I step out and I see a friend for a couple of hours in the afternoon. You know, not every day I'm an introvert, so then I have to step back and take that time and just play video games and chill out or whatever it is. But take a little time so you can see your friend and just kind of like get out of your shell, talk about things. It can be very therapeutic to see somebody and just kind of chat with them and see how they're doing, how their life's going. And it just feels like a nice gesture sometimes. So these are my top tips for the holidays, my precious gems. I find usually around New Year's is the time I fall apart and I drink too much and I just regret all those choices, except when you're playing Cards Against Humanity. For that, I do need to drink to come out of my shell, I'm gonna be honest. I did that with my boyfriend and some of his family last year, and that was, oh man, guys, I didn't even know what Cards Against Humanity was. I think I played it for the first time 2 years ago, and I was just like, this game exists. I had to explain some of the terms to my boyfriend's mom, which was very awkward. But anyways, it's gonna be, you know, holidays are probably gonna be like that. See some family members, see some friends, and just stay true to myself, you know, and still keep the focus on taking care of myself and my mental health. So I hope you guys also do the same thing. If you have any tips for the holidays that have been working for you, please feel free to leave that down below. That would be amazing. And I will speak to you all tomorrow, my precious gems. Bye, everyone.